The Sword Identity is a martial arts film. It is the directorial and written debut of Zhu Haofeng. If you're unfamiliar, his later movies got more notoriety, especially one of my favorites, The Final Master, which is about a Wing Chun master trying to open up a new school. But in order to do so, he has to defeat 8 other schools. However, he has to train up a protege to sacrifice in order to get that school, so that the other martial arts schools don't lose their reputation. So one thing I really liked about Zhu Haofeng's stories is that they're really about philosophy as well as martial arts, but also about styles, traditions, ideologies. They're more cerebral. Some people might not like this. Some people like, martial arts choreography more than that. His movies are different because they're more about philosophy and real life martial arts. If you've ever seen like a samurai sword duel on YouTube, it's over within seconds because, that's kind of how it is in real life. If you were to actually go to war with someone and you wouldn't be like, fighting hordes of people with slashes, it'd be over within 5 seconds. It's whoever can get to that vital spot with their sharp blades before the other person blinks, basically. So all of his movies are like this, and some people might not be like that, but he's only directed about like 4 or 5, and he's written more than that. He wrote The Grandmaster. But anyways, The Sword Identity is about a soldier and his commander. They've returned from war, and they have this new style sword. It's a longer version of a Japanese katana. It's like basically a special sword, and with this technique, it can basically defeat anyone because it's designed to take on Japanese swords, and it's based off of a rod technique. And so the first thing our main character tries to do is he tries to fight the 4 schools of a special alley. And he doesn't make it because they show up with arrows and they chase him off. He wants to introduce his head commander's martial arts techniques, but the schools are too stubborn to want to learn to use a new type of sword that they created. They think, hey, we have a 5-person formation with 3 shields and 2 spears. We don't need anything else. We don't need to adapt. So they capture his commander, and he starts training other people to use the special staff techniques, the rod techniques, to show how effective they are and to tie up them so he can go do other stuff. And basically, it's just the movie's a long waiting game. It's a cat and mouse sort of event thing where he uses other people to sort of pretend to be him in order to fight off people. And then at the end, he finally gets his chance to go up against the 4 masters in order to open up his own school. So overall, this movie does have some awkward moments. The storytelling is a little bit, feels very clunky. It's, I understand, since I've seen a lot of his movies, I understand his point of his story. It was basically about trying to convince stubborn people to adapt to new times, new techniques, new weapons. But there's some comedic relief in it that's kind of offensive, like the Uyghurs girls. That was just weird. And the commander general guy who wants armor all the time. Those weird comedic relief that didn't really fit with the tone of the movie. And overall, the movie is an interesting debut. It's not for everyone. A lot of people are probably going to watch this movie thinking it's going to be like this awesome fight fest with swords and stuff. It's not about that. It's more so about the ideologies and the philosophies of the characters and their motivations for trying to sway other stubborn people. And it's more of a drama. So I give The Sword Identity a 5 out of 10.